February 26, 1998, Mexico City, on a Thursday I believe, at around 3 p.m., I was born. However, my story doesn't really start there. It starts with my parents. My mom, Gladys, is probably the funniest and most extraordinary woman you'll ever meet. My dad, Luis, is, although very quiet, the most interesting and romantic man I know. And together they made dynamite. And in some way or another, 21 years later, they still do. I'm very fortunate to be able to say that I had a wonderful childhood, one filled with love, happiness, family, and joy. Being born and raised in a culture such as Mexico City's culture has really turned me into the person that I am today. Throughout my years living there, I was part of the Scout movement that, for the first time, introduced me to nature, to friendship, and even to love. With them, I was able to travel to places such as Sweden, Japan, and even Colombia. I was very fortunate to be able to travel from a very young age, allowing me to explore different cultures and different societies throughout my life, and in some way, turning me into the person that I am today. In 2014, my parents got the opportunity to move to Houston, Texas. So, without really thinking about it twice, we packed our bags, and with my passport in one hand and my dogs in the other, we came to this country. I was 16, and for the first time, I was a new girl. Not only that, the cultural shock was a real thing, and it still kind of is. I didn't know what GPA meant, or AP, or IB, or the difference between community college and university, because nobody really ever shows you that when you're not from this country. But fortunately, after a while, I found people who supported me and who made me feel welcome at this country. After graduating from high school, I decided to go into community college, which at the end of the day, it was probably one of the wisest decisions I've ever made. During my time in Lone Star, I was able to grow substantially over the course of 2 years. Not only did I become aware of so many things that are happening in our world and excited to learn new things throughout my time, but I was able to learn so many different skills in leadership, friendship, and yes, I also got my first heartbreak, which some would say is the greatest lesson you'll ever get. After getting my associate's degree, I decided to take a year off and travel a little bit. I had the opportunity to live in London for 6 months, where I learned so much about myself and what I wanted to do with my life, and especially my professional life. After that time, and throughout these past few months, I finally decided that I wanted to dedicate my life to the sustainable development of communities. And that is where sociology plays a role. I am an economics major, and I want to minor in sociology and energy and sustainability, with the hopes that it will equip me with the necessary skills to make a positive change in our world and our future societies.